Well, we are back for a very exciting session on iconic deals. And Kunal, we have some very, very exciting deals to actually talk about today. Some big ones, actually.
Yeah, Fox is involved, Roku is involved, some sort of AI is involved, film festivals are involved. Yeah, it'll be exciting to talk about it.
And of course, micro series and micro dramas. I mean, that's another
Yeah.
big category that we'll talk about. So let's actually start with one mega deal that's been announced. I think this is the mother of all deals, at least for this season. So this is where Fox acquired Roku. And by doing that, they've actually sort of extended their reach across this entertainment supply chain and the value chain, trying to retain as much of IP and value within their own model.
Atul, we've been tracking Fox for a few months now. You had a view on them going way deeper into picking every aspect of the supply chain, right? From IP all the way down to distribution, right? This $222 billion deal is massive. But how do you see this zoomed out?
So there are two aspects to it, right? One is the deal itself, and then how the deal fits in with Fox's overall model. So let's actually understand Fox's overall model till this deal actually happened, right? So Fox, over the last, I would say maybe 7 years or so, they started their journey from live news, live sports, right? In 2020, which is about 6 years ago, they actually acquired Tubi. That gave them, a streaming play, right? They basically now had consumers and subscribers who they could actually straight away reach out to. And that has now been coupled with a few more recent deals in 2025, where we saw them actually going after IP. So one aspect was, they put money in Holy Water, and Holy Water had a micro series and micro drama app. So that's one aspect that came in. They actually did a deal with Dharman Studios for a slate of micro series, micro dramas. Tubi's been actually sort of acquiring a lot of content from YouTube creators, the creator economy, bringing
Yeah.
those people onto their platform, right? And then, of course, you had the deal with Mr. Beast, and then one other interesting deal that Fox did with from their entertainment studios was with HarperCollins and Avon label that is owned by HarperCollins. What
Yeah.
did that deal do? They actually were able to bring in lots of IP from HarperCollins Avon label, and then turn that into adaptations both for feature and for television, right? So
Fascinating.
all this preceded all the moves they've been doing before Roku. And if you sort of again unpack that, live news and sports, original content, a lot of IP, and then to be, which is like really streaming, the Holy Water deal, which is again streaming, Slate for micro series, and then of course, a lot of IP that they've actually sort of acquired from
Yeah.
creators, Avon, so on and so forth.
Fascinating, right? And Roku is going to enable 100 million plus household. It's already there, right? I just can't wait to see how distribution and the IP and their own reach will come together.
And
All
Roku,
right.
I think, gives them the ultimate the ultimate destination as far as consumers are concerned. If think about it like this, right? That if Tubi was the product that you are selling to consumers, the shelf actually is Roku
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah. Good way to put it. Yeah. Fascinating. So that was one. Now we're going on the other side of the planet. Catch Play Plus. Now we touched a little bit on verticals. CatchPlay Plus is going all out on verticals, and Atul, they're bringing verticals out of the vertical screen.
Yeah, so CatchPlay is again. This is an interesting deal where there are multiple stakeholders involved, and essentially the best way to summarize this is that you had micro series, micro dramas on vertical screens. How do you get that into the main home screen as well as on car screens, right?
Yeah,
Essentially, turn that into almost a premium offering.
correct. And they're partnering with some large entities, right? So there's a Korean vertical platform that they're partnering with. CJ obviously is involved when you talk about that particular region.
Yeah.
And then basically they will be producing originals, right, that are vertical, but then it'll enable those to 900,000 plus cable homes, right, through their MSOs. And then there's an interesting CarPlay deal as well. Xperi is involved in it, and a lot of those vertical original will show up in cars as well.
That's right. So the way this deal is structured is pretty interesting, and it actually solves three main problems in this in micro series and micro dramas, right? So the way the deal is working is that a lot of this content is now going to get created, original content, which is again short. It's kind of like the micro series, micro dramas, except that it's going to be offered on an MSO to a host of subscribers and of the MSO, and it's also going to go on car streets, right?
Yeah,
So the three problems that they've actually solved with this deal, is one is that micro series, micro dramas were not considered premium. Now they will have to be premium because look at the screens that they're going on. They're going on the home screen and on the
home
car screen.
screens.
So
Yeah,
they'll have to they'll have to get lifted to a premium status. The second problem has been that the overall marketing cost to find the subscribers used to be super painful, right? Very expensive. That used to, be the obstacle in the path of profitability of any micro series, micro dramas platform. The way they've solved it is by actually bringing an MSO and the car the car software
Mayor.
company,
Yeah,
Xperi in this case. And what that has done is that that's actually sort of eliminated the marketing costs and the distribution costs involved, right? It's assured
amazing.
them of subscribers. So that's the second problem that they've solved, right? The third problem that they've solved is of the monetization itself, right? Rather than having pay per episode, like, okay, to move to the next episode, you have to pay and keep paying, right, for every episode or watch an ad and so on. Rather than those very micro transactions, you are now moving this whole model to subscription. So three problems gone.
Yeah,
I think this would
amazing.
be a pretty inspiring deal for lots of other companies in other regions. But this deal specifically is coming in the Asian market with synchronized rollouts in Taiwan, Indonesia, and Singapore.
Just absolutely fascinating. Talking about AI playing a big role. We're talking about a film festival involved. Atul, what's happening with Tribeca?
So look, Dreams of Violets is a new content title that's actually being birthed, or has been birthed. And instead of the whole sort of traditional supply chain of creating content with real people and real cameras and equipment and so shoots and so on and so forth, this one has been made completely with prompts. It's fully AI generated. That's not the surprising part. Lots of companies are doing that. Lots of
Yeah,
regions are doing that, right? We've seen a lot of that activity happening in Europe, in Asia. Of course, China is doing a lot of micro series, micro dramas also with AI. India's actually launched a couple of big mythological animation series with AI. So that's not the surprise part. The surprise part is actually that it's being featured at Tribeca. I thought that was the big news
yeah,
because
yeah,
I think Tribeca is, clearly sort of, either trying to create a new category or almost extending legitimacy
yeah.
to, for AI generated content to sit next to human generated content at a major festival, right? So I think
Amazing.
this is going to definitely raise a lot of eyebrows, but, look, that's the first I thought.
Yeah. And Fountain Zero is the company involved, and what they're claiming is make it under $2,000 compared to $250,000. Interesting. We'll see how it all folds out and how people react to it during the film fest.
Absolutely. I think that's the that's the roundup. Again, these were three pretty exciting deals that we wanted to sort of bring you all. As most of you know, Vitrina tracks deals and transactions as part of our focus on the business of entertainment. We track these deals and transactions across 100 countries, and our key aspect is to extract insights about what type of deals are happening, who are the key stakeholders, how is money being spent, how's money being made. And what that does is we then are able to propagate that intelligence through our platform to all of our members to ensure that they get inspired by how some innovative deals, clever business is actually really reshaping this entertainment sector. With that, it's a wrap.
Fascinating.
Thank you so much.
Thank
My
you,
name is
everybody.
Atul. I'm the founder CEO of Vitrina.
Thank you, everybody. And I was Kunal, lead growth and business development. Thank you.